Do 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 do.
So we saw the movie Veronica,
Yep.
and I thought a lot of people have been talking about this movie.
Do you want to tell them where they can find it in case they want to watch it?
Sure, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. It's a foreign film. We opted to watch it in German because that's the only language I kind of know
I don't know
that they offered. And thank God they had English subtitles. Obviously, at this point, spoiler alert. So if you guys haven't seen it yet and you want to, leave and go watch it and then come back. Or don't, whatever. I thought it was good. What did you think about it?
I mean, it was good, but it wasn't scary. Like, people have been all on, like, Facebook and all types of things saying it's, like, the scariest movie on Netflix, but
I would say
scare
that,
me.
yeah.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about it. I'd say it's not scary. If you watch scary movies regularly, this is really nothing to write home about. If you don't, however, it's not a bad one to watch, but I feel like you could find something that's better too at the same time. You could find something scarier. If you don't frequent horror films though, this will probably scare the pants off of you. So it's not a bad one to look at by any means. The plot basically is there's this. I think they established she was 15 years old, right?
She's 15.
15-year-old 9th grade Brazilian girl, and her two friends.
Wait, you're 15 when you're in 9th grade?
In Brazil, I guess you are. I don't know. She asked what class Conrad asked what class she was in, and she said 9th grade.
She got put back some grades, because I'm pretty sure you were 13 or 14.
Okay. Point is, she's 15 years old, and she's early high school age.
Yeah.
And her and her friends decide to play with a Ouija board during an eclipse. Everybody else in the school is on the roof looking at the sun through film strips, and it kind of just goes off the rails from there. You wanna?
It went off the rails from right at that moment because they did it in a Catholic school. It's like that should be less than 101. Like you in kindergarten. Okay,
oh, that
class,
was
don't.
them rebelling. That's her rebelling in Catholic school.
No, because the Catholic school. Because listen, okay, when she had first messed with the Ouija board and
Catholic school expert right here.
I did go to Catholic school, y'all. But listen, when she first messed with the Ouija board and the girl went to go get people, because she fainted, they were just like, have you had your period? Are you a diabetic? But nobody mentioned the fact that there was a Ouija board in the bottom of a Catholic school with candles burnt out, blood on the Ouija board, and it ripped open. Like, she was never... Nobody said nothing.
Yeah, but like the first time when you go to a doctor, though, like is the first thing they ask you, well, have you played with any Ouija boards,
That's
son?
not
like,
the first thing they ask you, but she was never like, there was no thing that said that they like reprimanded her for that. It was like, you shouldn't be playing with that. They just like, and it was a nun nurse, so like nobody said anything. Even later when you saw the teachers, they just like, oh, why you hanging out with Miss Blind Nun? She tired. Like nobody was like, why are you back in this basement where you had a seance? Like we need to talk to you about this, Veronica. Like you need to not keep doing this. Okay, anyway.
A spirit comes and I guess comes to the
stuff.
Spirits, maybe. They come to this side and the Ouija board gets ripped in half, the glass shatters, and the friends get freaked out and dip, and she's sitting there with a bloody finger, and
They didn't like leave her though. Like one went to go get help,
yeah,
and the other one stared at her while she was like, "What the fuck's going on?"
So fast forward a couple of days, her friends don't want anything to do with her ass at this point.
I mean, but would you?
I mean, some friends they are.
I mean, she just was okay, but he skipped something. She whispered something in the girl's ear, and she was like, "Whoa!" So you knew us of the bad. So I'm like,
yeah.
I probably would have been like, "No, I'm good too. We can just not. We don't need to be."
Oh yeah, that's right. She
people.
was like knocked out of the ground, like mouthing some stuff that we couldn't audibly hear as the audience. So then she goes home and tries to put away this backpack, and her backpack keeps falling on the floor after she puts it up 2 or 3 times. So she gives up, puts it under her bed, and goes about her day. And I think that night is when the weird shit starts happening, right?
Maybe she gave her brother a
she
bath.
has like a bad like dream, and the guys, it's like her dad, but not her dad.
Oh yeah.
And then she like gets attacked by demon hands. But anyways, this continues and gets progressively like more and more in her face, I guess you could say, until a pinnacle moment when she realizes that it's not anything doing it to her, it's just like herself.
Dang,
That's
just give
possessed.
the whole movie away.
I said spoilers.
Well, anyway, he skipped the part where you go to the nun trying to figure
Yeah.
out what's going on, and nun be like, you probably skipped the part where you're supposed to tell them bye, which everyone knows. Like, if you're going to be messing with a Ouija board, you got to be like, okay, bye.
Yeah, and then
She didn't do that.
She doesn't bother to. They get the Ouija board. They get another. They put the Ouija board back together. The two friends. She goes to get the two friends to help, like try and send the spirits back, but they don't want shit to do with it. So she brings her siblings into it. She has two sisters and a brother.
And they're all like under 8 or 10.
They're all like elementary school age, like younger elementary school age. And they get in a circle except for the little boy. He stays outside of the circle. And she asks it to leave. Once again, she doesn't read the damn instructions on how to do a seance correctly.
Yeah, she only read the one part, which was like, say goodbye. And it's like, you messed up the first time. Why wouldn't you read the whole book?
And in mid seance,
sure.
she's like, "Oh shit, let me see what am I supposed to do here? Oh, we're supposed to sing a song."
Yeah,
So
she's like, we didn't read that either in the beginning. Like, and you almost didn't read it now.
she calls the police right before this, and they show up, and she's kind of like
She's floating in the air like this.
she's like playing limbo and suffering from
And they catch her doing it, and they like,
simultaneously.
whoa, what's going on?
And it just so it just ends with her dying, and then there's like words and shit telling you that this is
that the siblings
it's based off a true story.
That.
So the long and short of how I feel about Veronica is I didn't think it was bad. It was good. It's worth seeing. If you like horror movies, it's not one that you'll be disappointed with if you see. If you watch a lot of horror movies, there's not much that really, in my opinion, makes it stand out.
There was that one shot of her walking all over the book that was like nice for cinematography.
Yeah, from like a film perspective, from a film perspective, it's not a bad movie. You would know more about that than I do, though.
I don't know. I could have passed on it. It wasn't the most entertaining thing. I did like the one shot where she was walking over the pages of the books, and like the acting was pretty good to me. But
yeah, no, the acting was fine. I mean, granted, we didn't see the actual acting. We saw the dub, so we don't.
Okay,
we
well,
can't actually
their
speak.
faces,
the German version,
the way
is
they
very
looked,
good.
the way they looked. Was like their physical acting. I don't know about how they sounded because again, like you said, we didn't watch it in like Portuguese or whatever.
I think it was Brazilian. So yeah, if you like, basically bottom line, if you like horror films, you won't be disappointed if you watch it. If you don't like horror films, it's scary probably, but it's not. I mean, I've seen scarier. I think.
It wasn't scary to me, but okay.
It's a fun, creepy little movie. It's an hour and 45 minutes, so it's not...
It's not a big time commitment.
It's not a huge time commitment. I mean, it's standard... 90 minutes is like your standard run time for a horror flick, so it's just a little bit longer than your average scary movie. But, yeah, if you're curious, definitely check it out. I enjoyed it. I don't know that I'd watch it again personally, but I'd recommend it to people who looking for something scary to watch that don't frequent the genre. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will see you in the future when we watch another movie. Maybe not scary, maybe scary. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go.